محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا تقبل دعاء. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.
Assalamu alaikum. My dear brothers, we were supposed to be expecting a scholar, Maulana Yusuf Suleiman, was coming from Chicago. He's supposed to be here Fajr. Not sure he got delayed. So if brothers who want to sit for a few minutes to benefit from him, they can sit, inshallah, but whoever has whatever, inshallah, take care. Jazakallah khair.
الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الأمين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Allah Azza wa Jalla, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions in a very interesting hadith. He says, عَجَبًا لِأَمْرِ الْمُؤْمِنِ إِنَّ أَمْرَهُ كُلَّهُ لَهُ خَيْرٌ. How strange is the affairs and the matters of the believer, for everything is good for him. Everything is good for him. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam explains, إن أصابت سراء شكر فكان خيرا له وإن أصابت ضراء صبر فكان خيرا. If he goes through a good time and he's filled with blessings in life and something good comes his way and he is grateful, that is good for him. On the other hand, if a believer is tested and trialed and goes through musibat and goes through difficulties and he has patience, that is also good for him. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says this is only for a believer. Why? Because for a believer, every moment of testing, every moment of patience is reward. And in a hadith, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says that if a believer is not prickled by a thorn of a small tree, of a rose, except that he is rewarded in lieu of it. So our Sharia and our Rabb, Allah Azza wa Jalla, has given us a very unique opportunity that our entire life can be ibadah. Our entire life is ibadah. Whether we're going through good things or bad things, Allah Azza wa Jalla has given us an opportunity to increase in our spirituality and increase in our reward and increase in our closeness to Allah Azza wa Jalla. And this is important. This is a perspective, this is a view, this is an opinion that Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wants us to understand. He wants us to understand that every single thing that happens in life, if we look at it in the right way, there is reward for it. Because on the flip side, if we have good ni'am and blessings, and we're not grateful for it, but instead use those blessings for Allah's disobedience, then there's going to be punishment for it. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. If you are grateful, I will increase. But if you are ingrate, if you are ungrateful, if you're not thankful, then my punishment is severe. Allah Azza wa Jalla. Allah Azza wa Jalla. So, it's all about perspective. It's all about how we look at things. How we look at what happens in life. Allah Azza wa Jalla has already told us, وَتِلْكَ الْأَيَّامُ نُدَاوِلُهَا بَيْنَ النَّاسِ. That these are days, these situations that we alternate between the people. One day you're doing good and he's doing bad. The next day he's doing good and you're doing bad. That's just how life is. We're going to have days of relative peace, relative no worries at all. Then some other days we're going to struggle. Some other days we're going to have problems. Some other days issues are going to come. But Allah Azza wa Jalla has already told us that this life is darul bala. This life is the world of tests. We will be tested. If we're put somewhere, we're told to go stay somewhere, and we're not told anything, we're not warned. Like, hey, in that corner, there's a bit of a ferocious dog. In that corner, there's a lot of spiders and ants. But if we're warned that, hey, careful, there's this over there, there's that over there, sometimes this will come out and that will come out, then we're ready. So Allah Azza wa Jalla put us into this world. Allah Azza wa Jalla placed us into this world and He told us, you will be tested. وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِالشَّرِّ وَالْخَيْرِ فِتْنَةً وَإِلَيْنَا تُرْجَعُونَ. We will test you with good and evil as a fitna. Yani good things will be a fitna for you. Fitna is a trial, it's a test. Bad things will be a test for you. And another place Allah Azza wa Jalla says that we will test you with hunger, we will test you with loss of wealth, we will test you with loss of life. Who will test you with all these things? So in life, when we are tested with these things, it should not shake our conviction. It should not shake the way we look at things. It should not shake our iman, but rather strengthen the iman. Allah Azza wa Jalla talks about the Sahaba in the Quran. In the Quran, when Allah Azza wa Jalla talks about the Sahaba, when the Sahaba are told, fear, have fear, be scared, be worried, the kuffar are coming. Like the munafiqun will tell Sahaba. Munafiqun will tell Sahaba, you're done now. There's no way out of this. You're not going anywhere. You're not making it out of this. It's over. Sahaba instead izdadu iman. It would increase their faith. It would not lower their faith. It will increase their faith. So likewise, my dear respected brothers and elders, I don't want to make this too long, but we live in difficult times. We live, in terms of our spirituality, we live in very difficult times. The ability to commit sin is the easiest in this era. It's just so easy to fall the wrong path. We live in a climate, political climate that is changing. We live in a world where we don't know what's going to happen. But in those scenarios is when we have sabr. In those scenarios where we do shukr, the ability to come here and pray Fajr, the ability to come here to be able to come to the Masjid itself is a ni'mah. It's a blessing. So we value this blessing and we look at this blessing as a blessing. And the tests that come, we understand that is a test from Allah Azza wa Jalla. We ask for afiyah, we do not ask for baliyah. We do not ask for tests. We do not ask for difficulties. But when those difficulties are placed in front of us, that is when we practice sabr. It's easy to say, anyhow, I have patience. Yeah, patience, I have it in my back pocket. Easy to say that. But when it's actually, when we're put into those scenarios, that's when we have to act on sabr. When we're put in a scenario where a person may have lost a family member, may have lost some wealth, that's when sabr is needed. A famous incident where Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, there was a lady who was crying at her grave. Her son has passed away. She was wailing, she was crying very loudly.